When I got downloaded these games through my Game Pass, I really did not expect that I would like it. I only expected that I would enjoy it for a bit and then just move on. And I absolutely did not expect to love this game. Even though the game is not perfect by any stretch of an imagination, I just accepted the game as it was and I had a blast with it. And yep, in this video we're going to be reviewing Sniper Elite 5 and whether it is worth it to buy right now or whether you should just move on to Call of Duty and maybe some other things. So let's get it started. And as always, as with every single one of my videos, I'm going to be giving you the answer right away to not waste your time and give you more time to play this amazing gem. And the answer is yes, absolutely. This game is insanely good if you are going to look at this as kinda like a stealth shooter and not run and gun Call of Duty style of game. Because yeah, regular combat feels a little clunky. And I think it should feel that way. Yes, game has its downfalls like story, which kinda like not that interesting, and enemy variety, which is not that big, but what you could expect from realistic World War II sniper game. You could not expect mechanical Nazi robots or something. But yeah, game is still fun and enjoyable experience. But let's get into the details. But before that, let me ask you this question. What if you had knowledge and experience to create your own video game and to turn it into an actual career with an opportunities for growth? If that sounds exciting for you, let me introduce you to Southern New Hampshire University, which is kindly sponsoring this video. SNHU has one of the largest accredited non-profit online degree offerings in the country. And I want to talk about the game development program. In this program, you'll learn how to create realistic, dynamic gameplay experiences with a game AI, game physics, 2D and 3D graphics, and interface design. Also, you will learn computer programming languages like C++, C#, and Java. And you will learn 3D modeling and texturing with the game art software. You will learn how to research, develop, and contribute to advances and trends within the field of game programming. And of course, courses are taught by faculty with a real-world experience. And most importantly, SNHU is radically affordable. Their online tuition rates are one of the lowest in the nation. So go to snhu.edu/Nyxson, as seen on the screen right now and also in the description down below, to see what is the current average salary of programmer is right now. And of course, to request a free information about the program. And when you request this information, a real person will hop on a call with you and discuss how this program will benefit you personally. And it only takes one click to find it out. Again, go to snhu.edu/Nyxson to find out more. And again, thanks to SNHU for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video. Okay, what even is Sniper Elite 5? Well, as you may understand, this is the 5th installment in Sniper Elite series. But story-wise, you play as a sniper called Carl Fairburn, or something like that. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. And your goal is to, well, kill basically Nazis. Story-wise, there is a story which is something like called Project Kraken, and you need to uncover what this Project Kraken is and to destroy it before it can do any damage. But yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, we understood. Nazis bad, allies are good. That only thing that matters in this game is that. I would not play this game for the story. But the gameplay is where it shines. Gameplay-wise, you're playing on different levels. Each level is kind of like a small open world where you can actually access all the parts from any place and any time that you want. Each map has its own set objectives and you are free to move to these objectives in any kind of succession that you like. There are main objectives and there are side objectives. And each map has kind of like a set number of enemies, and it also has some set number of additional enemies if the alarms will be set off. And your goal is mainly to complete these objectives as stealthily as possible or as loud as possible. You can do it with whatever way that you want. But the game is supposed to be played in stealth. Your main weapon is a sniper rifle. And by the way, all the weapons can be customized, and you unlock the customization of the weapons by playing different levels. And in essence, you need to take out all the enemies one by one, or just go on guns blazing with your Tommy gun and just kill them all. Steal some info or sabotage your enemies. Additionally is to kill the certain targets, sabotage different equipment, or just steal some intel. That's main goals of the game. Each level is very different from each other, and you need to approach them in a very different way. And the success of the mission is very dependent on an intel that you gain before you're gonna engage in any type of combat. But for example, you can sit down from very far away and see where all your enemies are and mark them, and then take them out one by one. And eventually you will discover that you didn't mark them all. Some of the bodies will get discovered, and inevitably the alarm will be called. More enemies will come, making it difficult for you to hide, and then you will need to take them out one by one again or just engage into combat and most likely lose, because yeah, combat on higher difficulties can be a little difficult, even though enemy AI is not that smart. You can use different environmental hazards, and you can set up different traps, or you can learn enemies with throwing bottles, or just do a lot of stealth game things. Yeah, I know that sounded like very bad and generic, but that's basically what it is. Yeah, I forgot you're playing in third-person perspective. But probably the most important part in this game is X-ray takedowns. Oh, this is probably the best thing in the game. So when you shoot enemies from a distance, or even from the close distance, you will trigger the X-ray vision, showing you how bullet enters into body and destroys different organs. So basically it shows you how you kill or incapacitate your enemies. And two of the most satisfactory takedowns are headshots, or maybe even eye shots, the hard shots, and yeah, testicle shots. I know that you will be doing this, because yeah, I was doing that as well. And weirdly enough, all of these things make game very slow and a very methodical approach to the shooters, and makes it weirdly fun and satisfying when you can clear out entire map without ever being spotted once, which feels very, very cool. Where a game will feel very clunky is if you engage in just direct combat with other enemies, because yeah, enemies will swarm you from all the sides, and because automatic weapons back then was not very accurate, it will be a little difficult for you to take them out with like automatic gunfire. You still have to take them out like one by one with headshots, and probably pistol is still better weapon than, for example, the Tommy gun. But it also depends on what kind of attachments you attach to all of your guns. But okay, but what about the other game modes? Well, you have quite a bit of variety of the game modes as well here. You have a co-op, which you can play the entire game story and game campaign with your friend, which is very cool. Playing this game with your friend is becoming even better experience. You also have your regular multiplayer modes like deathmatch and things like that, which, to be fair, I didn't play that much because yeah, this is not a Call of Duty style of game. But to be fair, which is still fun. And you also have very cool invasion mode, and this is probably one of my favorite mods. Well, in invasion mod, you can actually infiltrate other players' games and play as an enemy. And with you knowing that other players are coming, and especially if you want their story, and with you knowing from where enemies might attack, it becomes a completely different game, and ruining other players' games is insanely fun. You can sound alarms, you can send the soldiers to a certain direction and attack, and you can also play as a sniper as well and just snuff out the enemy from the distance. And depending on the difficulty level that players playing, it is insanely fun experience, and I loved playing invasions. And you are also ranking up with invasions, unlocking different weapons and things like that, and it's very, very fun gameplay. But how much game will actually cost you? That's an important question. So, game is available on Steam for the base price of $49.99 for tier 1 countries and $22.99 for tier 2 countries, and it can go as low as $29.99 for tier 1 countries and $13.79 for tier 2 countries. Game is also available on Game Pass both on PC and on Xbox. So, how much would you pay for this game? Well, first things first, if you have a Game Pass, or if you have an access to a Game Pass or access to purchase Game Pass, I would highly, highly, highly suggest you to get the Game Pass and play the game in that way. This will be the best deal for you, or at least this way you can test out the game whether you enjoy this type of gameplay or not. This is how I did it, and when I found out that I enjoyed this game, I actually got it on Steam as well. And to be fair, I bought it accidentally. I didn't know that I had it. So which are the great prices for this game? Well, if you can find this game in lower than 20 bucks, like billion%, go and get this game if you can find this game in below 20 bucks, no matter the region that you live in. But what about for tier 1 countries where the lowest price is $29.99? Well, I would highly suggest you, if you're living in US and you find this game for $29.99, yeah, go and get this game on a Game Pass first. For this price, you can have 3 months of Game Pass at least, and yeah, this will be far better deal than just paying $29.99 for this game. Even though I think you will enjoy it even for this price, yeah, getting this game through Game Pass is far better deal. And yeah, remember, we are here to save you as much money as we can and to get you the best deals. And the best deal is to get this game through Game Pass if you cannot find this game below 20 bucks price. If you find it below $20, go and buy it. If you find it above $20, go and get this through a Game Pass. Because yeah, despite its downfalls of not having a great story and not having a good AI, and yeah, AI is pretty dumb and pretty easy to play with, game is still very fun to play, especially if you're gonna play against another players in a multiplayer or in an invasion. And if you're gonna play it with your friend as well in the co-op campaign. So yeah, this game is worth it, so go and get it. Well, this will be it for today. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.